at St. Clair College. Basically, we're a place where you can learn all new things, expand your mind, and create lasting friendships and experience a whole college life. Obviously, with COVID, things have changed a little bit, but we're hoping that we can get back to face-to-face in the fall, potentially, hopefully, and help you obtain the right skills and knowledge you need to land that job. So we can see what St. Clair has to offer to you. Basically, I'm just going to start by giving you guys just a brief overview of some of the things here, and then pass it on to our faculty members that we have, Andrew Steele and Darren Takaki, who are in our web development and mobile apps programs, and they can give you guys a little bit more information on what happens in those departments and what types of programming. Just an example of what we do offer here at St. Clair. So here at St. Clair College, we are located in Windsor, Ontario. We do have 3 other campuses, basically. One Riverside, which is downtown Windsor. We have the Mediaplex in downtown Windsor, Chatham Campus, which is only located about a 45-minute drive away from us, and our South Campus, which is the main one. And we serve a body of about 14,000 full-time, part-time, apprenticeship, pre-apprenticeship students in over 120 different programs within different schools and clusters of programming. So we have the School of Health Sciences, Nursing, Community Studies, Engineering Technology, Skilled Trades, Business, and Information Technology. So we have a lot of students who are potentially choosing their career paths and deciding exactly where they want to go. And college is a great opportunity for students to gain the hands-on skills as well as the theoretical knowledge they need to move forward in their careers and in the next step of their lives. With college, a lot of times, when you're making that academic step, students are deciding, do I really want to go to college? University seems to be, really popular. When I went to school, it was very popular, but college gives you a lot of different opportunities and a lot of benefits for going to a college. You have a smaller class size, a lot of one-on-one with your professors and faculty, as well as the other students within your programs. University, you've got tons of students. Sometimes you're just a number, whereas the college has a nice, close environment where students can get to know each other as well as their faculty members. It's an affordable option for post-secondary education. So a lot of students, what we say at St. Clair here is start here, go anywhere. So in terms of affordability, you can get a great education and build upon that education as you move forward in your lives. And also it gives you a lot of experiential and real life knowledge that you will utilize when you go out into industry. So just to highlight our campuses here, our St. Clair Center of the Arts, which is located in downtown Windsor, offers amazing views of the Detroit skyline. We have about 1,000 students who study at that campus in our School of Media, Art, and Design. And we have program offerings such as advertising, graphic design, hospitality management. We also have our justice services programs such as border services, paralegal, community, and justice services. And it also is home to our performing arts programs. So we have our music theater, performance, and entertainment technology programs, basically that perform various times throughout the year within the 1,200 seat Chrysler Theater, which is open to the public. We also have our Mediaplex, which is located in downtown Windsor campus. It's a unique facility that houses our media convergence, journalism and public relations programs, as well as our travel and tourism program. And they offer large studio, radio, editing suites, video editing suites, and essential news stations, again, to give students that real life experience they would require in the real world. It's a popular element for students. Again, opportunities for you to work, learn, and earn academic credits at St. Clair and take those and push those forward to other additions in your life in terms of either a university degree or moving forward into the working world. Our Chatham campus is located in Chatham, Ontario, as I mentioned earlier, just a short 45-minute drive from Windsor. It's a small, more close-knit campus, about 1,300 students, specializes in programs of health sciences, community studies, business and technology, and offers the Healthplex, which features a double gym, fitness center, elevated walking track, and the perfect place for students to work out or join a game of hoops or the running track. So majority of our campuses are pretty close knit. And again, great opportunities for students to visit all of them and study at most of them. Now in college, sorry here, I'm just gonna go on to my next slide if I can, there we go. As I was saying, in college now there is various pathways for students. So it's not just a starting place for students who don't know where to go. St. Clair now does offer, we offer over 120 programs in various different fields within the college itself, but we do also offer 3 particular bachelor's degrees. The 2 degrees that we offer under St. Clair College is the honors bachelor's degrees in applied arts and social justice and legal studies, which is a 4-year degree program. It will provide students with the theoretical and hands-on knowledge in fields such as advocacy, or if you're looking to go to law school or working with social justice agencies, things like that. It's our first degree offering that ran in fall of 2019. And it provides students with 14-week internship and a foundation for students working in nonprofits, law enforcement, or if they want to build on it. We also are going to be starting our business administration, information communication technology degree program this fall. And that program basically in the digital world, it gives students a hands-on combination of business with the IT component. It's an undergraduate degree that will focus on educating future business leaders in, again, area of information and communication technology. So another great opportunity for students if they're looking at a degree. These degrees are 4 years honors, and they do provide students with an affordable option. Saves you about, for business degree particularly, this one will save you about $17,000 over those 4 years. If you do it at the college setting than a university. We do also offer our Bachelor of Science in Nursing in collaboration with the University of Windsor. So that's a 4-year nursing degree where students will take education 2 years here at St. Clair, and then follow up with their 3rd year at the University of Windsor. And their 4th year, they can decide if they'd like to return to the college or stay at the University of Windsor. But again, great degree programs to give students the opportunity in a different environment to get the same quality education that they require. For those the students who are starting college programs, such as those in business, architecture, things like that, there are a lot of credit transfers and pathway agreements with other universities and institutions within Canada, internationally, that basically gives a student an opportunity to build on their education and gain more credentials. So if you start here, you can basically take a 3-year business degree or diploma, sorry, and build on it by going to, we have various amounts of different schools that you can do transfer agreements with. But for example, we have one with Wayne State University. So a student would complete a 3-year diploma here, go to Wayne State, complete about another year, and then get their degree from Wayne State. So they have their credential of their diploma from St. Clair and their university degree from Wayne State in 4 years' time. There's also other transfer agreements such as police foundations, border services, a 2+2. So you take 2 years at the college and you finish off your degree 2 years at the University of Windsor. So it gives a student the opportunity to save money utilizing the education they've already paid for and enhancing it, but also saving thousands of dollars in tuition and fees. It saves you a little bit of time, not having to retake or repeat courses. And a lot of them apply and provide flexibility for students. So some people could start working and do these types of things online or fit it into their schedules to be able to continue their post-secondary education or pursue a professional designation. Okay. How are we going to pay for all of this? So when it comes to a financial aid, St. Clair offers $3 million in scholarship and bursary awards annually every year. And the great thing about that is there are a lot of resources for students. It's just a matter of going out and finding them. We have various academic and entrance scholarships. There's athletic scholarships, tuition bursaries. Some of the major sources of financial assistance available to students are available for students here at St. Clair. Every effort is made to ensure that the information is available to you. And obviously, students who are taking on post-secondary education, the first main thing that they look at is OSAP, so the Ontario Student Assistance Program, which offers grant and loan for students. But in addition to that, we do have, like I said, we have external, internal scholarships, tuition bursaries offered every semester for students. And then for students who are athletes within one of the varsity teams, we have 18 different varsity teams here at St. Clair. So you have men's and women's baseball, fastball, soccer, indoor soccer, volleyball, basketball, cross country, golf. And those types of programs offer scholarship programs for varsity athletics with the opportunity to receive scholarships at the amount of $1,250 per sport per semester. So if you have a two semester sport such as soccer, you would earn $1,250 per semester for keeping up your athletics and also your academics within the programming. So again, great amount of money to put forth towards your education. If you are into esports and gaming, they do offer as well for members of their esports teams, $500 to $2,000 per semester for team members to put towards their education. We have a lot of entrance scholarships, and for those individuals coming from, the Greater Essex County entrance scholarships or awards. So if you're coming from, let's say St. Joe's, if you have a 75% average, it's about $750. If you have 85% average, you're looking at about $1,250 for an entrance award for directly applying from high school to the college. We have the SHSMs, which are the Specialist High Skills Major scholarships. So for those students who are participating in SHSMs within their high schools, they can apply for a $1,000 scholarship here at St. Clair. And then the different various types of competitions, such as the skills competitions or for first robotics teams, they have up to $3,500 available for students. So a lot of opportunity for students to fund their education and to help pay for college when they do arrive here at St. Clair. We have our amazing sports park. So this is one of the newest additions to St. Clair. This picture is a little bit old because a lot of the things within the picture are now completed. We're proud. We broke ground in February of 2019 and completed the sports park in October of 2020. It's a state-of-the-art sports park, which features 1,500 square feet or seat soccer stadium, fully lit with artificial turf. We have 400-seat fully lit softball diamond, 30,000 square feet, 4-court indoor tennis center, which is open and has had individuals take courses and things like that already. With COVID, I think I'm not sure if it's reopened yet, but an amazing, like if you don't play tennis, you might take it up. It's awesome. It looks great. And we do have 4-court beach volleyball that will be also within the sports park. So the space itself is state of the art, great facility for our varsity athletes, our spectators, anyone who's participating, and a great addition to St. Clair College campus. But it also has a lot of green space for our students to enjoy when they do become our students here on campus again. Within the different campuses, we also offer the 2 fitness facilities. So we have the Sports Plus in Windsor and the Houseplex in Chatham. These facilities are available to our students. So included in your tuition, they have access to the free gym membership. They can access the Sportsplex, which again is a state-of-the-art 8,300 square feet fitness center, has triple gym, elevated running track, Basketball courts. The Health Packs in Chatham also has state-of-the-art equipment, double gym. And if you're a student in the downtown campus, you are provided with access to Windsor's International Aquatic Center, where you can use their lap pool and their workout facilities. So again, great ways to keep fit while you're taking classes and keep the mind and the body active. We also have 2 residences available for students if they need a place to stay while they're attending. So our residences will accommodate you with affordable living options. And we have a 3rd residence under construction for international students, which should be available in the fall of 2021. Windsor Residence consists of 204 suites, 2-bedroom with washroom and kitchenette, common lounge areas, laundry, and kitchen facilities. And our Chatham Residence is a 12-unit, 48 student complex with housing 4 bedrooms, full kitchen, living room, and 2 bathrooms per unit with washer, dryer, and air conditioning. So it's an affordable option for students, again, who are looking for a place to stay while they are on campus. Great thing about residences as well, they don't have a mandatory food plan or anything like that. So it offers students an affordable option for living. What's new, we have our business tower with the Esports Arena. So as our faculty were discussing before we just started, the esports facility here at St. Clair College should be completed in January of 2022. That's the goal. It's part of a $23 million expansion of the Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology. It'll feature a live spectator arena, open gaming labs, lots of facilities for the esports teams and students, dedicated training facilities for varsity teams, broadcast studios, soundproof streaming rooms, gaming lounge featuring stations for drop and play. So students who are not into esports, but like to take it up for recreation purposes, it's going to have a lot of facilities and open space and room for them, as well as virtual reality booths and a lot of the new technology coming forward. So those are just some of the things at St. Clair up and coming, and more information. If you do require anything else, you can ask us at tour@stclaircollege.ca. If you'd like to take a virtual tour of the campus, we can also offer that at this time. Hopefully we'll get back to in person, and you can follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok, and we can help you out, no problem. So that's it from me. I'm gonna pass it over to Darren now, and he can give you some information about our mobile apps development program.
All right, thank you, Isla. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep, I can hear you, Darren.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm not sure if this video is going to play, so what I'll do is I'll just skip past the video. This video is available on the St. Clair College homepage, as well as, on the St. Clair College program page for the mobile apps program. So I'm here to talk to you about the mobile applications development program. We're part of the Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology. Our program is a 3-year advanced diploma. So that's 3 years, 6 semesters total. Each of the semesters lead from one to the other. Basically, if you're taking the program at the college, everyone who starts in that first semester together will have all the same classes, and you'll keep moving on from semester to semester. Our program has an optional co-op placement that takes place between the 5th and the 6th semester. It is a 1-year paid co-op. What happens is we get industry partners who are interested in taking on students, and we have students who are interested in taking the course, and we basically kind of mimic a real life interview process where they'll interview you as a student. You'll be make decisions on whether or not you want to go. And then if you do, you go out in the January and work for 1 year, and then you return back for the final semester. And it's a reduced load. You'll get some credit for some of the courses, the Capstone Project being one. Okay, our program here has no specific requirements as far as any previous programming experience. If you happen to have some programming experience, that's great. But basically, we assume that everyone coming into our programming has no experience whatsoever. So in your first semester, you'll have a number of courses that deal with introductory programming. And we start you off right at the very beginning. We talk about variables and constants and data types and things like that. And then we build up from there. The course itself, even though it's called the Mobile Application Development Program, it's really a software application development program. And there's these 4 main streams that you will learn as part of the program. The first one, of course, is the mobile application development. And we do specific Android development and iOS development. You'll have 3 courses that you take throughout those 6 semesters that are dedicated to native development. And we also have a cross-platform development course that we have just added actually for the students who started last fall that will teach you how to develop a cross-platform application that will work on both devices. We also have a web development stream, and that web development stream is dedicated to teaching HTML and CSS, PHP, and JavaScript. We have a game developer stream where you'll be learning C# and you'll be developing games using Unity. And we have a desktop developer stream where you'll be working with Java. You'll have three courses in Java. Okay, so as you can see from this, from the streams here, you're getting a lot of different areas that you're going to learn development techniques for. So even though we are called the Mobile Application Development Program, we're kind of a software applications program. That would be more accurate. We're the only program that is similar to this in all of Ontario. We actually have a special code that was given to us for the program. No other program offers the same topics that we do. There may be ones that teach you mobile application development. There may be some, well, you'll hear from Andrew about our web developer program, but no other program teaches you these 4 areas all as one, as part of their curriculum. So when you're done, or when you're taking these courses, what you'll learn is you'll learn how to develop for Android and iOS devices. So again, we start at the beginning, do the basics for developing natively for these devices. You'll have 3 courses in Android, 3 courses in iOS. And by the end, you'll have little projects in them where you'll be developing a working application. Java programming, you'll learn how to develop desktop applications. Again, that is a 3 courses dedicated to Java. And again, that has a project component when you're in your final, your 3rd Java programming course, you'll be developing an application. We do teach the latest and greatest software. So for example, in iOS, we have been teaching Swift right from the very beginning. We're very proud of being current with our technology. So you will be learning iOS development using Swift. You'll be learning how to create 2D and some 3D graphics. We have a graphic development course in the first semester, and you'll be playing around a little bit in the game development as well. You will be, like I said, you will have a web development stream. So that is focusing on HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and PHP. You'll have two PHP courses, 2 JavaScript courses, and 2 HTML and CSS courses. The game development teaches game development Unity. You'll have 3 courses in that one which will teach you C#, which is the development language that we use for that. And then the other 2 will be teaching you about game development principles as well as building 2D and 3D games using Unity. We also have UI design courses. You'll be learning Photoshop and Illustrator, as well as working through a UI fundamentals course where you'll be developing prototypes and things like that. And basically, when you're done with these courses, you'll be able to, you'll learn how to develop the apps, plan the apps, develop the apps, deploy the apps, whether they be web applications or mobile applications. Okay. These are the areas that the fields that you could enter in as a junior developer once you have completed this program. So you could be a generic mobile application developer, or you could specialize in specifically iOS or Android. You could be a Java programmer, you could be a web designer or web developer, both front end and back end, and specifically with PHP and MySQL, MariaDB for web development. You could be a user interface designer. We do teach you all the necessary skills for that, or you could have a career as a game developer. Okay. So there's a wide variety of options, career choices that you can have if you take a program like ours. The job prospects for our program are pretty good. There's a couple of resources. Windsor Workforce Windsor Essex is a great resource if you're looking at specific careers. You can go on their career page, look at some of the bubbles, get some information about the different areas. This is the computer programs interactive media developers is the area which mobile apps falls under, and they have marked this as a job that's in demand. The Government of Canada provides analysis as well, and if you go on that site and take a look at the job prospects of the next 3 years, it's saying that this particular field is trending to be good, that there's going to be good employment over the next 3 years for this this career path. So this program is well suited for students who are the following. If you're interested in working with computers or mobile devices or smartphones, tablets, things like that, then this program would be a great fit for you. If you enjoy the challenge of working with new technology, this program would be a good fit for you. If you have good problem solving skills and enjoy solving logic problems, then this would be a good program for you. If you enjoy non-repetitive tasks and the challenge of developing new and creative solutions for mobile applications, again, good program. If you're organized, have good attention to detail, if you're committed and dedicated and have a passion for programming, again, this program will be a good fit for you. What I wanted to do is I want to talk to you a little bit about some of our current and past students. These are past students. Just to get you an idea of the skill set and the abilities that you will have. First of all, congratulations for everyone who's attending and watching this, because you have decided to take part in a hacking competition, which is a great opportunity. It's a fun event. You'll learn a ton. This is an example of some of the successes from our student group. This is from a couple years ago, but these are students who were between the first and second year. So, have completed a third of our course, and they entered into the Hacking Health Windsor Detroit competition. It was a hacking competition that was open to people both in Windsor and Detroit, all levels, all abilities. And they took part in this, and they won 2 awards, the People's Choice Award and a general award for their idea. And one of the prizes for winning, I believe is a People's Choice, was that they were able to develop, they got access to some great tools through WeTech to help them develop this concept that they came up with. Okay, so again, there's still going to be opportunities like this, hacking competitions, and we find that when our students do enter into them, they are quite successful. And one of the reasons they're successful is because all of our courses are hands-on. So everything that you're going to be learning, you're generally going to be sitting in front of a computer. We have some specific labs down in the basement of the main campus, Mac labs, specifically because of the iOS component of our course. But we also have PC labs that you'll be working on for game development, PHP. But you'll be sitting in front of a computer building things. That's what we do. We lecture, we talk about the concept, and then we give you an opportunity to build it. So it's a lot of good hands-on work. This is another one of our students between his second and third year of our course during the summer. He created a project management application for a company in Leamington by himself. It was both a web and a mobile component. So we have regularly throughout the throughout our program, we have people contact us looking for students who can develop customized applications for them, whether they be specifically mobile, specifically web, or a hybrid of both. And this is an example again of a student who, between our second and third, was able to develop a complete system for a company that they were able to implement and are still using to this day. And finally, we've got Abel and Hassan. These are students who just graduated this year. They won one of the competitions, or they came in second place rather, at our Ford One Ford competition this year. They were creating a mobile application, cross-platform, so it works on both iOS, Apple, and Android devices. But it's a medication reminder tracking application. They partnered with a pharmacist. She had an idea that she wanted to bring, to create, and they were able to, as part of their Capstone Project, create this. Okay, they presented, they won an award, so it was a fantastic opportunity for them. Okay. A lot of our students, there are opportunities here locally. Some of our students are fortunate enough to be able to work in the industry in their final year, throughout their final year. And again, that's partially because of our hands-on experience. We're really teaching you the skills that developers are looking for. Mr. Shaheen here from Tap Lane is a local application developer here in Windsor. He has taken a number of our students on, and some of them go on afterwards to continue working full-time for him. But we find that our students have good skills when they graduate that make them employable. Okay. All right. If you have any questions about the course, for example, if you want to know about what specific courses you would be taking and what semester, there's a couple of resources that you can go to. You can go to the scweb.ca. That is a site that was created specifically for our program and the web program. We are currently getting the new website created for the web program, and that is being created actually by one of the students, which is fantastic. But on this site, you will find information about the specific courses, about frequently asked questions like costs, program contact information. Every program at the college has a program coordinator for our mobile apps program. That would be Peter Nikita, and his contact information is on there. So if you have any questions about the course or anything like that, you could contact him there, as well as we have some graduate and employer testimonials. As well, you can access course information from the St. Clair College main website. If you go to St. Clair College and click on the full-time program, just scroll on down until you find mobile application development. There you'll find details about the course. You'll find some testimonials. You'll find a version of our mobile apps video that you can watch. Again, all the information that you need for if you have any questions about the specific program. Okay. All right. I think that's my last one. Yep, that's all I have. So I'm going to turn it over to Andrew to talk about the web development course.
Thanks, Darren, and thanks, Isla. So again, what I'd like to do is congratulate everybody that's here too for participating in the MasseyHacks today. I didn't realize it was going on for as many years. I think it said MasseyHacks 7. So I'm really happy to also discuss another similar programming course that we have at St. Clair College. It's the Web Development and Internet Applications program, and it's under that course code there, that B950. Be able to, oh, is that for me? Do I click? Oh, thank you. How do I do that? Oh, there it is. Did I go too far? I did. So this is, so same with the web, just as with the mobile apps. It's actually in the Zuckerman School of Business and Information Technology. A little bit different, this program. It's actually only 2 years in length, which is 4 semesters compared to mobile apps at 3. But what we have with this program, this 2-year program, is the ability to actually ladder. If you were looking for something a little bit longer in length, you can actually ladder, take courses that you took within web, and then transfer over to that 3rd year into mobile apps as well. The admission requirements are the same as Mr. Takaki mentioned. All it is just the majority of your high school credits at the college and university are open level to qualify for admissions to the program. Nothing specific that you have to have had some kind of programming experience before you come into it. Now, in the 2-year program, what you'll learn is actually we had a program a couple years ago, which was actually 3 years in length also. And we sort of modified it and changed it and brought it down into this 2-year, 4-semester length. That what you'll learn is this idea of full stack web development. You'll start off with those initial languages like HTML5, cascading style sheets, and JavaScript. And it won't just be that, because we'll actually go into a fair bit of depth for programming in 2 of the specific object-oriented programming languages, C#, so under the Microsoft environment, and PHP. You'll also learn how to work with databases using SQL, so the standard query language. We do have a course also on cloud computing as well, which I think is what everybody's sort of, it's a not catchphrase or buzzy word, but definitely where we have the opportunities to talk with employers in the Windsor Essex area to say, this is what we're looking for in potential graduates from this program. And then also very similar to Matt as well, where we've got a UX and UI component as well. Some of the highlights of the program are that you'll create websites using modern in-demand language and technologies, develop high quality responsive websites, gain valuable experience in developing the user experience. How do you make a site that is desirable to your audience? And learn to build agile projects. We have at the end of in the 4th semester, very similar to mobile apps as well, where we have what's known as a Capstone Project. And what we use that Capstone Project is to take everything that you've learned in those previous 3 semesters and what you're also learning in the 4th, and put it all together in a capstone project, which would be like an artifact that then when you graduate, you can take to potential employers. And when they ask you that question, so what did you do in 4 semesters? You can say, well, actually, I worked in a team to create this particular project with a client, an external client in the Windsor Essex area, very similar to what Mr. Darren had pointed out in a couple of his examples, to then show to that potential employer what you have done. Again, the idea that it's not theory, it's a combination of both. We're doing theory and practical as well. I just, threw in a few pictures from the old previous, the 3-year program. We've actually, this is just we're moving towards the end of our 1st year of the new web 2-year program. I just wanted to highlight some of the graduating classes from the past, where, like Isla had said, we're actually a smaller group. We're not as big. We are getting a little bit bigger now. We're actually looking at class sizes to start of about 30 to 40 students. The hope is also to get bigger as well, because employers are saying, as Mr. Darren also pointed out as well, is the demand for these jobs is high, and we need to now, offer more seats in this program to get more people moving into the workplace once they graduate. Some career opportunities. So some of the titles, if you're looking up like on a Workopolis or Indeed or something, you're looking for potential job opportunities, and not just in the Windsor Essex area as well. We do have our students that then go up the 401, move into the the larger centers like Kitchener-Waterloo, Toronto, even as far afield as Ottawa as well, to look for jobs as a webmaster, website developer, and intranet site designer, e-commerce developer, and in some cases actually becoming self-employed, like creating your own business with an idea that you might have. I just wanted to point out some of the community activities. Mr. Darren had mentioned some. These are sort of added to, where inside the college we actually have an arrangement with a youth entrepreneurship leadership group called Enactus. Mr. Spadato is the one that is currently running it at the college, and through our dean of the School of Business and Internet Technology and Creative Arts, where he actually will take groups of the Enactus members. So it's, again, it's almost like a youth leadership group, and they will go to, actually, when obviously not a situation like we're in now, but Mr. Marsh, the dean, had actually took a group of Enactus students to London, England a couple of years ago. There's also the We Tech Alliance, also here in the Windsor Essex area. Ms. Yvonne Pilon, who's the president of that, is a fantastic leader within the in the tech community here in Windsor Essex. Every year they have a tech week, which it's not just a speaker series, but also activities to do, and a lot of fun actually, and to check that out. There's also the Hack Forge as well, a local community here. I believe their office is still in downtown Windsor, and every month they actually come out with all kinds of free information sessions that you can attend. I presume virtually now, and the hope that we'll get back to in person soon. But just the idea that there are a number of areas within the community that you can also become involved, and not just sitting in a classroom or sitting virtually in a classroom. Mention Hacking Health as well. And now that, I've been teaching now at the college for about 8 years. I've actually worked at the college for about 20 now. There really has never been a year where I have not seen a hackathon of some kind going on. One of the recent ones that we saw was the WinHacks, which was just in the, I believe it was in the March, I think it was, so the early spring of this year. And it actually always seems that every semester there seems to be a hackathon of some kind going on. And that, and my other colleagues would agree with this, is that's the important part also too, not just what you can learn in the program, but also how you can then apply it, of which, like I said, congratulations to you at the MasseyHacks now, that you're trying to practically apply through problems that are potentially happening in your community today, and apply it. And that I think is so important, that you can put on that resume, not only did I complete a 2-year diploma at St. Clair College, but I was also part of Hack Forge and took part in some events at We Tech Alliance, possibly getting involved with Enactus, and have X number hackathons under your belt as well. We also have the opportunity to go to Skills Ontario. Every year we'll actually take a group of students to, and in all of the disciplines at the college, from cooking to welding to web design as well. And we actually take students up to Toronto for the skills competition, which these are a couple of our former graduates, Alex Gervais and or Cornelius, who this was the year prior to them, where they got silver and bronze and it was obviously in the skills for web development. And then the two of them went back again next year, and then they went gold and silver in that competition. And that is something for us that we weren't able to participate in it this year, just because we're sort of a new program and trying to get all our students in. But definitely next year, in the hope that we return to in-person or a combination of both, that will again participate in the skills competition. We also have a club as well. I'm not too sure if Mr. Darren had mentioned that, but we actually have a mobile apps club. Now with the new 2-year web program, we're starting to look at students who'd like to also participate as well, and try to sort of combine together in like a mobile apps web club. And the idea behind that, bringing in speakers, creating t-shirts, activities of some kind, maybe even a hackathon ourselves, that we could promote too. And this program is very similar to the mobile apps as well. Like I said, it's programming, but it's essentially the same, that you're looking for a student who, and if you are that kind of student that's interested in working with computers and creating for the web, sometimes people will say, oh, programming is so dry and boring. And I think maybe that's something that we have to also promote as well, that in my opinion, it is actually extremely creative. The things that you can actually do when you program, not just for the web, but also for mobile as well. That you enjoy the challenge of working with evolving internet technologies. It is incredible that I have been in this industry for just over 20 years actually, and how much has changed from when I first started working at the college and hauling computers that were extremely heavy and putting them on desks and cutting your hands on sharp objects within the computer, and now how it's almost condensed and so much smaller that you have almost 10 times the power in your laptop that you may be sitting in front of compared to this desktop that I put on a desk 20 years ago. It's just absolutely incredible how fast things change. You have good problem solving skills and enjoy solving logic problems, and we will actually teach you that what they talk about computational logic and programming logic, to take what looks like a very complex problem and break it down into smaller bite-sized chunks that then you can process that by yourself or in a group and create solutions to that through the programs that you'll build. You also enjoy non-repetitive tasks, so it's not the idea that this is almost rote or you have to do it. I mean, you have to do it over and over again, but it is very dynamic. And even just in the short slides that Mr. Darren had shown, also for myself now, things move very fast, and there's always new and cool things to actually investigate. And enjoy the challenge, because it is a challenge of developing and creating solutions for the web. You want to try to become that organized worker or organized student that is preparing yourself for an intense industry, but also professional industry as well, and are committed and dedicated and have a passion for programming. Yeah, I think it's the desire. That's really, if we could ever say this would be a prerequisite for this program, is the desire to learn and create very interesting solutions to problems that are out there. On the college page, just as Mr. Darren said, if you go into the different programs at the college and you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the link for the web development and internet applications program that gives you in more detail things like admissions, the different courses that we run. So from, as I mentioned, from HTML to CSS, PHP. We actually have one mobile apps course as well, to see what you'd actually be taking through the course of the 4 semesters. Included in that, because we are our mandate at St. Clair College, just as with the other 23 colleges in Ontario, we are being told what to, not told what to teach, but the Ministry of Trades, colleges and universities, they sort of give us an idea that this is what a student should look like when they graduate. And one of the things is actually, it's not just hardcore programming in this, but you also get 3 elective courses that you'll take to what the ministry wants, is this well-rounded student. I'll point out again also to the scweb.ca site that, as Mr. Darren says, we have one of our web students who's actually helping to now merge in the mobile apps and web into our main program page. There's also the link also too for that screenshot I just showed you prior for the exact program. The only last thing too is if you go to the actual program page, you'll see down in the bottom right, just as you go down the side, the recommended computer specs. And if you go in there, it'll actually say that, again, the hope is that we'll be back in person come September. But if we're not, and even if we're not, and you're doing work at home, we do actually recommend or give sort of specific hardware recommendations on what kind of laptop you should buy. And then we actually put a list of all the programs that we're going to use. I've actually got to update this for the fall because some of the programs have changed that you'll be using on your computer, and what the hardware requirements are for that. But we do definitely recommend that you get a laptop, and I would suggest that very few students do not have one anymore. Though at the college, when we are back in person, we have a great achievement center lab where they've got hundreds of computers in there that are accessible to you Monday to Sunday. The hours will change on the weekends, but you can, with your student card, walk right in there and sit down at a computer to do your work. And not just at South Campus, so the main one, so just south of you from Massey, where you guys are, but we also have a lab downtown, so the TD building, just on the corner, I think, of University and Victoria, I think it is. I can't. but it's the old TD Bank building. You can access that also too. You don't have to be at the downtown campus. All you need to do is just show security your student card, and then you can use it. And they've even got some Macs in there as well, which is really nice. So that's it for me, actually, for the program. And maybe what I'll do is I'll hand it back to you guys. And again, thank you very much for letting me talk to you today.
So does anyone have any questions for us at all about either like the programs that both Andrew and Darren have just described, or any other questions you have related to the college that you'd want some answers to? Oh, in the chat, let's take a look here. Oh, it's you, Andrew.
I liked too, Isla, what you'd mentioned in your slides about, and I'd mentioned with Darren's as well, the ability with our web program to ladder into mobile apps, and that also those agreements that we have now with the University of Windsor and also Wayne State as well. If that student had planned to sort of stay in the area or take advantage of what Wayne State has across the river, obviously, you know, when the situation resolves itself, what we're currently in and the border opens again.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for students. Again, when I went to post-secondary education, the push was always go to university. And that's where I started. I started at the University of Windsor and then came to St. Clair College afterwards and finished 2 diplomas here. But I found the environment here, I learned a lot more technical skills that I could take and jump into the workplace right away. But there are so many opportunities now, even if an agreement is not in place, for a student to take their diploma to a university and get those credits to build on the education they have. And again, the affordability of it is awesome because college will cost you less, but you'll get a great overall experience. And again, it's not just education. We do have student governments. We have, you know, the esports teams, the varsity teams, intramural sports, all those different opportunities for students to meld their educational world with the extracurricular and get the networking and the other things that you can put on a resume that look great for you, but also the practical hands-on skills you need to be excellent in the workplace and be what industry needs. Because, you know, a lot of our programs now, industry comes to us and says, this is what we need a solution for. And our students get to work interactively and provide, you know, in these programs in web development and mobile apps, provide apps or, you know, things that they can utilize in the real world. And this is what makes education so great, right?
And I will second what Isla just said. So I did the same thing as well. I went to university first. I did not know what I wanted to do. And then when I was done, I went into the workforce for a little while and it's like, you know what, I need something more. And I returned to then ultimately go to St. Clair College and became a graduate as well, and found I was better prepared for the workforce than what university did. And if I could redo it again, I would go to community college first, figure out, get a little bit of maturity under my belt, also to get some courses that I've taken, and then, you know, move on. If you were, you know, 17, 18 years old, just graduating from high school, wait a couple years and get that time in before you, like Isla said, you're going to spend a lot more money at university, and hopefully it's worth it that time when you go, if you were to go to university, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I could do it over again, I'd start probably at the college first too again, and go from there. Just because, again, when I went to school, it was, you know, obviously my goals at that time are not, you take a lot of different roads, but it's doing your research and figuring out exactly what you want, what your passion is, but that can change too once you get into a program. But I mean, there is a lot of opportunities with a lot of the business type programs or even computers where the common year is, you have your common year and then you can go into a different discipline without losing anything, right? So, I mean, it's a great opportunity again for students and for individuals who are planning on returning back to post-secondary education.
Yeah, and one more thing I wanted to point out too was every year we have a program advisory committee. So all of the programs at St. Clair meet with industry people, and they review our program. So these are people who would be hiring our graduates and are looking for the skill set. So they make sure that we are teaching the skills that are necessary for students entering the workforce. And myself, being in a technology field, that's both awesome and challenging, because every year we end up modifying our program slightly because some new technology has come out, and the industry is saying students need to have this skill set. So we modify our program. We figure out where that can fit in, and we make sure that we're teaching it. So you're always going to be working with the latest and greatest technology, working on skills that employers are looking for. And like I said, we audit that every year.
And same to add on to what Mr. Darren is saying is that with that program advisory committee, where we have people from industry coming in, that would be something that we would hope that would be something that, and we have that with those employers that sit on that board. They'll come to us an email and say, so do you got any graduates or anything? And we're like, oh yeah. And wouldn't that be awesome that you graduate from either mobile apps or web, you get the job, and then just after a couple of years, you go, you know what? I'd like to go to university. And you ask your employer, hey, can I start taking night classes and you guys pay for those classes at universities? You know what I mean? Like where you actually ladder into the workforce, get the experience, and go to school and continue your education as well. Lots of opportunities, and we've seen it. Mr. Darren would agree too. We've seen this over for years now, where our graduates will go into the workforce, and then next thing you know, I think Mr. Darren talked about one of the students in the screenshots we showed is working for Ford now.
Yeah.
Actually working for Ford.
Yeah, and then they're developing an app for the new Bronco, and another one is working with augmented reality at Ford.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, and they were two of the students who won that the hacking health. And also 2 students who had no previous programming experience when they started our program. So,
any questions?
I was going to ask for the fall, like what is the last day to apply, or not as a late enrollment? Do you know when that is?
The last date? Well, right now it's all programs are first come, first serve.
Okay.
So May 1st was the last date for students to confirm their offer. June 1st, their $100 deposit was due. But now all programs are first come, first serve. So if it's open still and there's room, students can apply from now to the start of like the week before classes usually. Obviously the sooner you get in, the better, but it is first come, first serve. So if there's space and you apply and you have the requirements, more than likely you'll get in if it's an open program.
And then
waitlisted programs will depend on where you fall on the wait list. But again, we have lots of students still applying and confirming. And again, for fall delivery wise, we are hopeful for face-to-face, but with the COVID situation, it will be all dependent on health regulations and what's going on that way. But we hope to see our students back on campus, hopefully, and our staff.
And just to add that both those programs that you're seeing today, so mobile apps and also web, are still open. They got their little green flag on there. Just let everyone know.
Computer systems is also networking. The 2-year and the 3-year, I believe, are still open as well.
Okay.
So students are looking at other options, but you can always check out open programs at www.stclaircollege.ca. And then if you need more information, or if you're looking for, like I said, a virtual tour, if you have any random questions or you need some direction, don't know specifically what you want to do, you can email us at tour@stclaircollege.ca, so TOUR, and we can do virtual appointments or any type of, if you want to sit down with your parents and decide, we can do anything, presentations, things like that to assist you in terms of your research.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was about to ask you just where different students could learn about like the different St. Clair programs. and like sort of just admission details. But you already just answered that.
Yeah, at tour@stclaircollege.ca, it's basically for the recruitment office here. So myself, Diane Donat, and Ed DeShutter, we're the 3 recruiters here at St. Clair College. So any student who, we have students who will find information on the general website, but they aren't really sure, or they're kind of teetering between a certain program. Because again, I think with this, anyone who tries to go into post-secondary education, always do your research. There's so many opportunities, like again, to start at one point and get to where you want to get to. If you have a passion, there's people who decide, oh, I want to be, a chef, and they've always had that passion, so they jump into a program. But there's different routes students can take, and other programs too, where they may be basically gaining the skill sets they need to jump in. But industry, there's a program you might take, like business administration, human resources, and there may be jobs out there that are being unfilled, but they do need those resources to jump in, because we'll start as a starting point and kind of help students, or even like sit down with them or call them or do a virtual appointment and get, more info on what they're looking for, and then use the resources of our coordinators and our faculty members who, most of them have worked in industry and in these professions, to kind of help and guide the students to make a decision on where they want to go.
That's honestly really cool. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say that, like, I learned so much more about St. Clair College than I expected to today, about like its programs and its opportunities. So like, yeah, so thank you so much for coming out today and sharing your experiences.
Thank you for having us. I mean, again, there's more out there. We just can't talk about all of them because we might be here all day, but there are a ton. Like I said, we have over 120 different programs at St. Clair, and a lot of them that will build on each other, or have a student who will be able to gain different credentials within 4 or 5 years, have like a diploma, degree, and maybe a postgraduate within 5 years time. So again, great opportunities for students who are looking for post-secondary opportunities and coming back to college at any age, really.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And Lily, thank you very much too. And Isla, thank you so much for your help today. And
No,
Darren,
thank
good to talk
everybody.
to you.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. And good luck, everyone, on your hackathon this weekend.
Yeah, good luck.
For sure. Good luck. Have a great one.
Bye, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you. Oh,
Have a wonderful day.
Thanks,
too.
you guys too.
Thanks. Bye.